Hi again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of RVBusiness Capitol Talk, sponsored by the Dicor Corporation. I'm Rick Kessler. With me, as always, is Sherman Goldenberg. And joining us today is Darryl Searer, President and CEO of the RVMH Hall of Fame and Northern Indiana Events Center. Darryl, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for inviting me. This is always exciting time.
Where in Florida are you?
I'm in Southwest Florida, Fort Myers area.
And which you're prone to do most winters off and on.
This is winter number 26.
Wow.
So the 10 years that I've been with the Hall of Fame, I've still been coming to Florida for the winter time.
Gotcha. So you know, we there's several directions we want to take a quick conversation with you, and you know, but I'd like to preface it by saying that I did a little homework on the agenda of the Hall of Fame right now, and it's been really busy. I mean, as a rental facility, more than in this case, RV specific rental facility. But I mean, I wrote down, you know, you got the Comic-Con, Gunslingers, Gun, Knife, and Outdoorsy show, you know, this weekend, these weekends. We got gardeners, we got builders, Elkhart Builders Association, Elkhart Chamber. I could go on. It has been a really effective rental facility, hasn't it?
It really has, Sherm, and you know, you left out the children's resale. But everybody has been extremely happy with the turnout, and I can tell you that I did a comparison just for the year to date, which is the first of this year through Sunday. We're up 62% in the event center area compared to last year. If we compared it to the first year of the pandemic, you couldn't give it a percentage because we didn't do anything then. But if I go back to pre-pandemic years, we're still up about 40% over like 2019, 2018. So it's really starting to come back and look like what we thought it should before pandemic hit.
If we talk current events at the Hall of Fame, you know, really, it's my understanding that you just about you're in the final stages, dotting I's and crossing T's on the manufactured housing expansion, correct?
That is correct, and actually that building, the building was completed in August, but the manufactured housing museum itself right now is about well, the building's complete, but the museum itself is about 60% completed. With a grand opening will be in August at the dinner, which will be there'll be both manufactured housing and RV people there, and there'll be some previews of customers that come in, you know, weeks before that will be able to see what it is. But it's really an exciting museum. I think it's going to challenge the RV people to step up and work a little bit on the RV side. Not that we already get a 5-star rating on the other side, but this is something special.
Which is a great segue to the next expansion, which has been announced, and we're still looking for a few more details on what the plan is on that. What did I call it? 36,000 foot. It hasn't started yet. It's 36,000 foot, and it's south of the manufactured housing addition and east of Champion Hall. Is that a app?
That's correct, Sherm.
36,000 isn't chump change. That's a lot of space. What's the plan?
Well, the plan there is that this will be I want to make sure I get the right words out here because it's pretty important. It's going to be a multi-purpose event center. And people like Comic-Con that was just there. He's so excited about it. He just had record attendance, but he's so excited to see it expand because he just doesn't have enough room with what we have today. As does, I think, the Power Breakfast has been sold out for many years now, and that will allow the Power Breakfast to more than double, and you're very familiar with that. And it was interesting because 5 years ago, the county did a $50,000 study at their expense of what a larger facility would bring to the area. And it said that it would bring about 30 million in revenue into the Elkhart County area, as well as Elkhart City, of course. But and that was done just after we come out with our 2016 vision of the future, which about 80% of that has been completed, and this new event center will complete 100% of that vision of the future. And I'd like to share with everybody that 10 years ago, well, this year actually is my 10th anniversary as president. And I don't know how many people remember back 10 years ago, but I can tell you that the Hall of Fame was 5.5 million in debt. The building was only worth 3 million. So we had a negative net worth of 2.5 million. Today, without counting the new event center that we're going to build, the net worth of the Hall of Fame is just over 20,500,000.
It's amazing.
And we got $1 million in the bank. So I think we've shown that it's a great thing to have a visual of what your future should be and could be. And we've accomplished that. And now with the new event center, the 36,000 square feet, that's a $3 million project, of which we've already have about 30% of that in the bank. So what we're looking for is about $2.1 million to help us finish that out so that we continue to stay debt free.
Go ahead, Rick.
Well, what's the time frame then for that, the construction of that expansion? You've always said that you wouldn't turn a first shovel of dirt until you've got 100% of the money.
Well, what the board agreed to do, we have 100% of the money for the building itself. And with the project that we're working on for the other 2.1 million will be for the construction. It'll be to make it state-of-the-art, first-class event center, all the way from sound and video and all those things, so that the customers using it won't have to bring in anything. It'll all be there. And the building is going to be delivered the second week of June of this year. It's already been ordered. The board said, okay, if you got the money for the building, and if the building comes in, we don't have the money to construct it, we'll put it in storage till we do have it.
Okay.
But I don't think that's going to happen. I think that the RV industry, as well as other industries in the community, they're going to step up, and we will have the money, much as we did when we did the museum. The MH Museum, we only had $500,000 when we ordered the building, and by the time the building was built, we had $2,008,000. So, and that was just mainly from the manufactured housing people. So I think people are going to step up and help us out here so that we can stay out of debt and have something there for, as I said, to begin with, it's a multi-purpose, and all sorts of events for the community, for the manufactured housing folks, for the RV people who already have been using it. So I couldn't be more proud of the 10 years that I've spent there, even though my pay has been people stepping up saying thank you for the leadership, and and so forth. So as everybody knows, I haven't taken any compensation out of there at all in 10 years.
Word on the street is that you take the open house supplier show that you've been doing for a few years, and you move that potentially into this new edition.
Yes, and when that supplier show goes in there, the suppliers alone will contribute $1 million worth of cash flow to the Hall of Fame annually, just the supplier show. So once the building's built, we're not going to be asking anybody for anything other than to use it.
So you got what, Ingram Hall, and you got this facility we're talking about, and you got the Orthwine
Pavilion, right?
You know, it becomes an anchor convention facility for the area, correct?
Correct. And there's one other thing that because of the pandemic that happened, you know, the spring after that pavilion was built, along with the 1 million square feet of blacktop, that's all marked out for rallies. We have yet to hold the first rally there. So when we start holding rallies there, that's another 700,000 to 800,000 in revenue for the Hall of Fame.
You know, because of the pandemic, I forgot that what you were, you know, in the works on outside there.
Yeah.
And you're already providing overnight facilities through what, Harvest Hosts?
Exactly. Yeah, the Harvest Host people we just started at the tail end of last year because we converted 22 stations out there to where they'd have 30 amp power they could plug directly into. And so we started to let them stay overnight for a night or two. And that's creating more revenue as well. So, but I can tell you this, that the 2 years that the pandemic slowed us down cost us in the neighborhood of 1.5 to 1.8 million. Mm. Now, we never borrowed a penny on our credit line. We continue to have money in the bank, but we'd have a whole lot more if the pandemic hadn't come along.
No, I hear you. Rick, what do you got to add to this? I mean, it's a pretty picture, and that's an understatement. What do you got to add?
Well, the only thing I might add is, Darryl, when you come back up from Florida, you might not recognize the neighborhood. There's been a little bit of construction going on across the highway, and even one of your next door neighbors, a big Lippert sign where Furion sign used to be.
Yeah, I have an executive vice president now, Ryan Zalaric, and he's been sending me pictures of the things that you just mentioned. So I'm very much aware that that the neighborhood is changing, and it's all for the better, I believe.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate the heck out of the updates. Rick, you take it away.
All right. Nope. Darryl, again, thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing you in person. And please bring some of that nice warm weather with you when you do come.
I'm sure going to try, Rick. It's always a pleasure. Thank you,
man. Take care.